Let's try this again.
Okay.
Check on yours and make sure
Right,
that it's
hold on. Yep, there you go.
cool. All right, we're back. Let me know if y'all can hear us now. Facebook don't want me to be great. Eddie Beth, I feel like I haven't talked to you in months.
We're seeing you for that matter.
Where you been at?
Why do you not like us anymore? I know that's a lie. I've been texting her back and forth, but you know.
Yeah, last time I saw her was like in January.
Wasn't in January.
It was in March.
Yeah. Was that the last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to see you soon because that was not a good time. So.
All right, we're back. What was I saying? Oh yeah, COVID is back.
Did it really leave though?
I mean, yeah. At one point, I mean, we've been outside all
She did
year.
come up for her birthday.
What did we do for her birthday?
I think we just chilled at the house.
Oh, I can't remember. I where I was at last week. But yeah, COVID's back. I think it went dormant for a little bit because that's what I was saying when we went to Mexico. I was like, a few months ago, everybody was masked up. Like in Mexico, it was business as usual. Everybody was just walking around. And that's what they said contributed to the new rise of the new variant. They said people have just been outside, have just been traveling around, no mask, just freely.
Well, I mean, people got comfortable. That's how it, how it goes.
Did we get comfortable, or was it like, hey, this is the normalcy of life, and we wanted to go back to that? We want to enjoy doing what we've been doing.
I don't know. I think that it's a little bit of both. I think we just figured out, like, this is the new norm, and let's just do what we're going to do anyway. So it kind of, I guess, took us back.
Yeah, when I've been saying, I was like, yeah, that genie's at the bottle now. Like, to go back and tell people, hey, we're going back in lockdown again, it's not going to happen.
It's not. They won't allow it. I just don't think it's gonna be in a place to where we could do a lockdown again.
It's not even not in a place, but the people, like, from a mental standpoint, what it did to people having to go into isolation for those long time periods. Yeah. Businesses definitely aren't going to be able to do that again.
No.
But
we don't have the money to give out like we did the last time, I guess, because everything else that they've been giving money to here recently.
What you mean we ain't got the money? We print money.
Just because you print it.
There's money.
Just because you print it don't necessarily mean it needs to go out.
There's money. Money can be given. I mean, we gave Ukraine
that's what I'm talking about.
A few $1 billion, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know. That California COVID was no joke.
That's a new one. Has to be.
Yeah, it's getting around.
It is.
It's getting around. What a time.
I'm seeing, since we're doing a new live, I'm going to say it again. Seeing some people trickle in here. If you're here, conversate with us, talk to us. It's called Conversation Time for a reason.
I was having some technical difficulties in the beginning, but I think we got that under wraps now.
Hopefully.
But, yeah, weekly update. I don't think last time we went live was back after we came back from Mexico. Obviously, we got a little busy and weren't able to get on here. Yeah. But
life started lifing.
Labor Day came. That was pretty cool. I think now we're starting to just do Labor Day cookouts. I think that's an annual thing now.
Yeah. I mean, they're nice. And then everybody, get everybody contributed and whatnot. And everybody took food, which was great. I wasn't left with a whole bunch of food that I couldn't do anything with.
That was always my plan. Like, I always undercook because I know that, especially when you have people bringing additional contributions, there's no need just to go all out. So
it didn't sound like we were undercooking with everything we had.
There always leaves room for people to be able to, bring a dish, take a dish home. So, yeah, I appreciate that. That's cool. Because we had hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken, ribs, baked beans, potato salad, macaroni and cheese, regular salad. Yeah, the list goes on.
It was good. It was very good.
A couple different desserts. So, but yeah, we're back in the festival season now. Did we kick it off last week with Taco Fest, or do we have something before that prior?
Indian Festival was the first one, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So the Indian Festival, and just in our area, I mean, I'm seeing events trickle in daily. Especially if y'all have events that are going on, send them over to me so I can put them on the Roanoke events page. Because I usually just grab what I'm aware of already, but there's just so much going on. Like this weekend, we got Henry Street and the Greek Fest. Greek Festival is for 3 days. It started today. It goes until Sunday. Henry Street takes place tomorrow. Just a lot of different local vendors, local businesses and restaurants are going to be out there.
Yep.
In Vogue is going to be down there. Last year I had a good time. Robin Thicke.
Oh, that was a very good show.
SWV. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was out there vibing.
It was a really good show.
And then Ja Rule and Ashanti, that one threw me for a surprise because I was like, man, okay, Roanoke, I see what y'all doing.
I'm so excited.
Why are you so excited?
Because it's going to be good.
Okay.
I mean, you can stay here. I don't care.
I already bought my ticket. I'm going to be there. How was the crab? We didn't go to that. We went to Taco Fest instead.
And we did the Wing Fest instead.
Oh, that was it. That was the one I was missing. Yeah, yep. Wing Fest was the same day as the crab. I don't even know what it was. It was like a crab fest or something. Yeah, but they were blue crabs. I don't really rock with blue crabs. I'm more of a king crab type person. Blue crabs are just too small for me. It's not enough meat inside them, and then I wound up cutting my fingers trying to get into them.
I don't need to work for my food like that. I feel like it's too much.
I mean, I enjoy a nice bushel of crab legs, but yeah, those blue crabs it's just a lot going on with them. So yeah, we went to Wing Fest instead. That was another good event. It was there at Dr. Pepper Park.
That was like what was it like the 14th annual or something like that?
Yeah,
it's been around for a while.
Yeah. But we went to it last year. I'll be at it again next year. I like a good wing. Restaurants came out. They did their thing with it. Plus, I'm just a food person. I'm a foodie. Is that what they call them?
I guess so.
I just enjoy a good meal. Whether it's a wing or it's a taco. Taco Fest was delicious as well.
Taco Fest was good.
Yeah.
And who won this year? Diablo Taco won People's Choice.
It was Pleasant City. They
won Judge's Choice. They won that for the second year in a row, and then Diablo won People's Choice. Mm-hmm. Hey, Lori, when are you coming to see us, or vice versa?
We got a lot of good events have been taking place. So yeah, if you're like me that enjoys good food, good music, good vendors, put that on your calendar for next year. Come check us out down here in Roanoke. We also got the Reggae Fest. It's September 23rd.
Where's that one at? Is that downtown too?
That's going to be in Wasena, I want to say. Humble Hustle's putting that one on.
Is that the one that we did like years ago? Yeah. And it was like in Buchanan?
Maybe. I don't know. Okay. He's been doing this one for a few years.
Yeah.
So that's another good festival that'll be taking place. That one's been growing over the years. Also, been getting a lot of vendors and a lot of support for it. So that's going to be another one next week.
We don't think they've only got
Saturday, Sunday next week's going to be a good time. Also,
they've only got good 2 or 3 months maybe to do these festivals and whatnot, and then you're getting the winter stuff coming in with Christmas.
Yeah, but I mean, for people that sit around saying that there's nothing to do in the city, it's y'all are not looking around.
There's a lot to do.
Yeah, every weekend. I mean, I got my calendar that's set up. When I find events, I just put them on there just to know, and I've been doing the thing now. We get out early. We take Braden with us just so he can get outside before it gets too crowded. I like to get there. The food is fresh. There's not too many people. I can get in. I can get my fix and fill of food, and then I can be out. But that's what we did for Taco Fest. I was able to get the tacos from the vendors I wanted to go to. Was able to walk around, and then once we left, I think the storms kicked in later on that day. But definitely. If y'all are in the area next week, if y'all are in the area this weekend, Henry Street's going to be a good event. The Greek Fest, and then make sure y'all check out Reggae Fest next week, and definitely that Ja Rule and Ashanti concert. I'm gonna have to find me some. Early 2000s.
I'm telling you.
Early 2000s clothes to wear. Might give me a little bucket hat, maybe a little jersey. Might throw my Timbs on.
I'll find a Juicy Couture velour outfit and see how that goes.
Don't do that. Yeah, Damien, you talking about you coming in December. You're going to miss all the festivals. The only ones we got then is Dickens of a Christmas.
Well, he's coming in after Christmas, so everything will be done.
Yeah, you're going to miss it. But
that's okay. That's all right.
We'll take pictures. Out. Yeah, you can check it out
Not take pictures. That's not as good as being there. Pretty much. 2000s was a wild time for fashion.
Yeah, looking back on it, and we'll get to it later in the show because I got some stuff talking about the 2000s and how things used to be. But everything, just from music to fashion to movies. I mean,
so much better.
I mean, coming out of that, I was born in '89, but remember in the '90s, like we were watching some old '90s movies the other day, just like the soundtracks to the '90s films. It was like it's just a good time to go to the theaters. Even watching stuff nowadays, just having that nostalgia of what the music was back then. Even looking at the fashion was like, take me back.
I think I saw something on Facebook or something the other day. It was like, I think we can pretty much just say that the '90s is when America peaked as a society.
Yeah,
that's been it.
I can feel that. But yeah, talking about movies, we went and saw that new Equalizer 3.
I did.
It was, and you've only seen one of them.
No, I didn't see the second one. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to catch you up. I mean,
just a little bit.
If you're not aware of what the Equalizer is, it's Denzel's franchise. It was a running joke for a while there because it was like Denzel doesn't do sequels, and for him to do a Equalizer 2, then come back and do an Equalizer 3 was like, okay.
And he did it very well.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it. It was cool because my grandparents were there, my aunt.
Oh, it was a whole thing.
It was a whole family affair in the movie theater. There was probably like a good 10 to 12 of us there at the theaters to go see the Equalizer. So it was a good time. My dad was joking with his brother, was like, in 50 years we ain't never been to the movies together. And I'm like, what have y'all been doing? Y'all ain't been to the movies ever? Like, what's up? But
it's fun times.
Yeah, it was cool. We were all able to come together, go check out the movie. It was a good time. It was action packed. I enjoyed it, and it's cool because they said that the movie did like 100 million.
What, just that opening weekend?
No, not opening weekend. Just total so far. It's been up there, but it's cool to see Denzel being able to come back, reprise that role.
Yeah, but he is showing his age in it. He did a lot of sitting down.
Yeah, and I didn't expect him to be doing a whole lot in the movie. Just to be able to see him on the screen, to have that action, and to have a good storyline. I feel like they tied it all up relatively well at the end. I mean, I really enjoyed just being in the theater and being able to see that movie because it was something that we had been talking about once we saw the trailer initially. My dad had
been excited about it for a while.
Yeah, my dad had it on his schedule. He was like, "Yeah, Equalizer comes out in 2 weeks. Equalizer comes out in 8 days." So for all of us just to be able to get together and go see that for the Labor Day weekend, and then we had the cookout. Cocaine Pilot. What is that?
Is that the same thing as Flight? The same? Is that a different?
Oh yeah, no. Okay, I didn't see her original message. Yeah. No, Flight was a different movie.
I know you've
seen Flight. It has Don Cheadle in it. Denzel. I think Eva Mendes.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one too. Yeah, Denzel don't miss when it comes to films. But
it's like I told him though. It seems like almost every character he plays, it's somebody that you feel sorry for, like their backstory. John Q. Even Equalizer, when you get to know the backstory of it, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, Lord, my boy was a straight up addict in Flight. He was doing drugs and drinking while flying the plane. It was like, oh no, what are you doing, my guy? But
that's not good.
But I mean, that's just Denzel's catalog. But you never seen Training Day. Like if you see Training Day, you're gonna see him in a whole different light. It's like, oh, okay, Denzel, you're a wild boy for this one.
I know, I gotta see it. I had to deal with this. And they're talking about, is it a prequel they're gonna do for
So it's in the talks now, and I think that's happened with a lot of movies. Once they see the success that it's had, especially with like the John Wick franchise, we see on Peacock they're doing the
Continental.
Yeah, the Continental, which gives that backstory to that famous refuge hotel that John was going to in there. So they've had talks about doing a prequel to the Equalizer, talking about either Michael B. Jordan or Denzel's son playing a younger version of him.
Let's just go ahead and let Michael
that Robert
do
McCall character. I just haven't seen anything with Denzel's son that is like, oh yeah, like you're an actor. I want to see your movies. He's got a new one coming out here on the 29th, The Creator. It's supposed to be like a sci-fi movie. I'm going to check it out just because the concept looked good, talking about how AI is taking over.
Like in theaters, or you just like, is this a watch from home?
No. It's coming in theaters. I'm going to check it out.
Are you watching it in theaters?
I might go slide and check it in theaters just because, I mean, the 29th, we don't have too many other movies that's coming out.
Paw Patrol. You keep saying we're seeing Paw Patrol.
I'll go see Paw Patrol in the morning and then check out this other one probably later on in the afternoon. But I mean, I'll check it out. But yeah, the Equalizer, they're talking about doing a prequel too. Also, I think since all these streaming sites are coming out now, a lot of streaming companies are trying to get the prequels on there, and especially with this writer strike that's taking place now, which is still happening. And I don't know what went on with Netflix, but they dropped drastically in price. I think they put out something talking about they were going to come out with like reality shows or something, and I don't think the industry took well to that.
Like Netflix original reality shows?
I have no idea. I just know that Netflix stock was on a decline today. I can tell you in a second, but it did not look good at all for the streaming giant. It was like Netflix.
Because you know they have a whole genre for reality shows already.
Yeah, let's see what happened. Yeah, they started the week up. They were around $438. They are now down to $396 a share.
That's not good.
Yeah, so I got to look into it a little bit deeper. I'm not sure what went on, but yeah, they messed up and said something crazy. But yeah, other movies that are about to come out, Aquaman 2. I watched the trailer for it yesterday. I was not. It's a whole lot going on in it. I wasn't a big fan of the first Aquaman.
I liked it.
And right now, the DC universe is in a bad place. They said that The Flash didn't do well in theaters. They have to understand, though, you keep bringing these people who have allegations and whatnot against them, and they're still having them star in the movie. I told you, and I'm pretty sure that had something to do with the viewings that they have for it in theaters, and you've got Amber Heard in Aquaman 2 again, and I have a feeling that's going to take a toll on that, too. I'm going to be honest with you. The people that are going to see these movies, they're not sitting there caring about no allegations. I was trying to say acquisitions. Yeah, acquisitions.
Aquaman and allegations.
Yeah. Nobody. The people that are going to see this.
Yes, they even had some. Come on now.
They're comic book nerds that are going to see these movies. Nobody's sitting there like, oh my god, I'm not going to support this person because they did that.
They most definitely will.
They're going to see the movie because they genuinely can. Okay. They genuinely relate to these characters and they just want to see it on screen.
You see how many people come out saying they're not support Aquaman because what's her face is in it. I promise you.
I don't think speaking from a male standpoint, as a male, we're just not going to say that. Like, if anybody here is on the live can sit here and can debate me with this, let me know. But as a man, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, I'm not going to go see that movie because Amber Heard had a thing going with Johnny Depp, so I'm not going to support Amber Heard. I don't care. Just like with the guy with the Flash. I mean, I heard about the situation, but I was just more so interested in the overall Flash storyline. If that was the case, why did Blue Beetle do so terrible in theaters? And that kid didn't have anything.
I'm sorry, but no offense. This is not to be a shade to anybody or any community. And
I want to be careful because
I know. It did not take off how they thought it was going to. They wanted it to be the same equivalent of what Black Panther was for the Hispanic community, but it just didn't come off that way. And then there was a Hispanic family in there, and it was so nice to see because they were so excited. Like the kids were so excited to see this character on screen. And they were clapping and cheering and whatnot, but I don't think it took off like they thought it was going to.
And I understand where they were coming from, but it was just a different atmosphere with Black Panther. I think it preached on that black royalty, and they were in Africa with tech, and they were kings and queens over there. And then Blue Beetle, he was living in the slums, literally. Yeah. Like they came in, destroyed their house, and they were even talking about how are we going to make it up? How are we going to come up from the poor?
Is that really an unrealistic thing, though? That's
plus, I didn't know anything about Blue Beetle beforehand. I just went and saw it because, I like comic book movies, and, I'm going to check out what comes out in theaters. But, yeah, Lori, we haven't checked out Oppenheimer yet. I've been hearing good things. It's probably going to be one of those I'm going to have to check here at the house on our screen. That's what I say, our big screen. But
we have a decent screen.
But, I just didn't get a chance to go see it in theaters. Kali went and saw the Barbie movie during that time, so that one won the viewing. Yeah, I enjoy Marvel and DC movies just because I'm familiar more along the lines of the Marvel franchise. But I'm a comic book nerd, so anything that has to do with sci-fi, action, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Star Trek, I'm gonna check it out.
The next Marvel is what, the Marvels?
November? Yeah, the Marvels. I'm going to check that out too.
And then Loki comes on Disney Plus before then.
I'm definitely checking that one out also. But, I'm a big sci-fi guy. I enjoy anything sci-fi and out of this world. So.
There was something else I was going to say about movies, and I don't remember what it was. If it comes to me, I'll interrupt.
Oh, okay. But
I remember.
Yeah, speaking about new TV shows, the Changeling, which is on Apple, is our newest watch now. It stars Lakeith Stanfield. Y'all might know him from
Get Out.
Atlanta. He had a small little role in Get Out.
He was still in Get Out. He got his start in Atlanta, wasn't it?
I mean, he had some other stuff also, but the synopsis is he's a bookseller from Queens. He meets a librarian from Virginia. They fall in love. They marry, have a baby. And then before all that happens, she actually goes to an island, meets up with this witch doctor type lady who gives her 3 wishes and puts a ribbon on her wrist and tells her once the ribbon gets cut off, these wishes will start coming true. So when the ribbon gets cut off and...
No, it said to not cut the ribbon off or something, wasn't it?
It said once the ribbon gets cut off, it will start coming true.
Sorry.
Let me get my synopsis. I'll be paying attention. But through the exhaustions of new parenthood, it's taking a toll on the characters. To make matters worse, the wife in the show, she starts having hallucinations, and then things get really weird. Are we on the 3rd or 4th episode now?
I think the 4th one should be coming out tomorrow.
No, it's today. So the 3rd one we watched, that was on the edge of my seats. Mm-hmm. It's one of those shows you're definitely going to want to pay attention. You're not going to want to be doing something else. You're going to want to definitely follow the storyline because they bounce around a little bit, just giving some backstory to who the characters are, where they came from, who their parents are, and basically just giving a character development into it. Yeah, Lori, it's on Apple TV. It's called The Changeling. But once you get past like the initial introductions, it starts moving pretty quick. It gets good. It's a thriller. It's a psychological thriller. I mean, I like those type of movies. Apple TV does a good job of just the writing, the characters, and everything. Check it out.
That's really good.
I'm excited to watch the 3rd one probably this evening because the 4th one this evening because after the 3rd episode, I'm like, oh, this is getting kind of crazy.
Like, it gives you a little bit of a backstory of what her wishes were. It tells you what the first 2 are, but it doesn't tell you what the 3rd one is. And we still don't know, but you're starting to get a little bit of an idea of what it was. But no, it's really, even the 2nd episode, I think, kind of grabs you in, and it's like, oh, okay, I like something that's going to get my attention the 1st or 2nd episode. But it's pretty good. So, and I don't know if it's a limited series or what. Yeah,
I think everything that's coming on Apple now is a limited series. I think they're just pumping out content to put it out there. But The Changeling, check it out. It's pretty good. And then, I know this is an old one. I went back and I had to start watching The Chi. My parents have been talking about it for probably years now, but I just started. I'm on season 4
You didn't just start because you started without me, and then I had to restart, so I'm 2 seasons behind you.
I'm on season 4. It's just a quick little binge for me. It wasn't something I was interested in initially, but then I started watching it. I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty good show. Season 4 is just kind of weird. Damien was telling me that. I could see where they switched writers. They went in a different direction.
The girl's not doing it after?
I think she is, but you know how they have different people that come on there and they write the different episodes. So I think that's what has happened. But, I mean, it's cool. I think they're in the final season now with season 6. So, I'm just binging to catch up to where we're at now.
That's a pretty good run.
Yeah.
And this one's on Prime?
So it comes on Showtime, but Amazon has a partnership with Paramount
Prime
Plus.
It's on Amazon Prime.
I can't keep up now. Everybody's going to these streaming services, and you need to buy an additional streaming service in order to watch certain stuff. Yeah. It's getting worse than cable at this point. At this point, it's like, you know what? I wish I just had cable.
I don't think we're at that point yet. I do want to add, because I didn't have this in here because I watched it today, Elemental, that was in theaters over the summer, I think it was, is now streaming on Disney+. It's a Pixar movie, but like the animation of it is kind of cool. Obviously, you know how Pixar styles usually are, but it also has like, when you look at it, it has like real world, I guess you can call to it. But it's a really cute little movie. You know, it would be perfect to watch with kids. Just about literally elements within the world and trying to interact with each other about... and the whole premise is that you have this girl of the fire, and a guy who's made of water, who try to work together, and they end up forming a relationship. And obviously, they can't be together because fire and water do not mix. So, but it's really cute. You know the guy from Uncorked,
the black guy.
Yeah, he plays the water dude. So it's cute.
Nah, I didn't know nothing about it.
Yeah, it's a really cute movie.
I'll check it out one day.
Well, it's on there.
Okay. moving on to our news and entertainment section. This one was crazy for the week. The cyber attacks in Las Vegas. So me being a tech person, when I heard the news, I was like, "What happened? Y'all didn't have protocols in place to prevent this?" But cyber attacks strike the casino giants Caesars and MGM. At the beginning of this week, casino company Caesars Entertainment on Thursday joined Las Vegas gambling rival MGM Resorts International in reporting that it was hit by a cyber attack, by adding in a report to federal regulators that its casino and online operations were not disturbed. I think MGM's whole casino went down. They weren't able to let guests in their rooms. The casino wasn't able to play money or anything at that point that was on their slots. It was unofficially, they said they saw a group called Scattered Spider claim responsibility. It appeared to be a native English speaker under the umbrella of a Russian-based operation called ALPHV or Black Cat. So basically they held customer data ransom for between $15 to $30 million. So we've seen these types of attacks happen before in the past.
Did they get it?
I think they paid out anywhere between 15 to 30 million, saying that they wouldn't compromise the employee data, because the thing is, once you get that information out the server, you can hold a ransom and you can basically do anything you want with it. You can open up fake credit cards, open up bank accounts, you could sell it on the black market. I mean,
and probably get more than
a lot more.
It's a lot of work though.
And this is just another string of how cybersecurity is becoming most importance in the world overall as we navigate this digital landscape. It's like, how do we protect ourselves online? A lot of people, a lot of companies, a lot of big companies are implementing just cybersecurity protocols in order to protect themselves and protect their companies from these types of threats. But at the end of the day, I was talking to somebody yesterday and was like, people are the easiest thing to hack. They're easier to hack than technology. And they think that the breach came from somebody just contacting like a front desk saying that they were IT and saying, hey, we need to remote into your server. And at that point, once you give them access to the main server, a good hacker, they can get into your system and can just upload any type of malicious malware or just have their way with it to the point they can just compromise whatever they want at that point.
That's what I don't understand. Is there not like a verification process that you would have to go through in order to let somebody on your computer?
I mean, yes and no. But at the end of the day, how many of these employees that are getting paid $15, $20 an hour are really going to do that? If you get called and it's like, hey, this is John Q from IT. I see that you're having an issue with your computer, or hey, we need to update your system. I need remote access. Nobody's going to sit here. 9 times out of 10, nobody that at that level is just going to be, unless you really know security and IT, you're like, oh, hold on, somebody's calling me. I didn't have anything set up. You're just going to be like, oh, okay, here's access.
I guess. I hope that person's not. Well, I guess that person would be in.
And that's just what I heard. I don't know if that was the case. Somebody could have just, who knows? When it comes to hacks nowadays, it's so many different ways people can get access into systems. I mean, we don't know what happened, but that's just one of the things that I heard had happened. I mean, it's interesting to me because I work on the tech side, and I'm always trying to stay alert to what's going on in the world. And
so, did that affect just was this in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Did it affect just Las Vegas or any Caesars and MGM?
I would assume that it
like the Caesars in Danville.
I mean, no, those are two different groups.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, it depends on how their data is. I mean, if it was just on a main server in that Las Vegas area or if it was a worldwide server. But, I mean, it's interesting to see how just something as small as that can affect
a lot,
an entire company.
Good luck explaining that to shareholders and whatnot.
Well, the VMAs. VMAs were on Tuesday this year.
Because nobody's checking for the VMAs anymore.
What's up, man? Got to shout out my boy Cervante. He just had a birthday. I told him happy birthday the other day. Speaking of events, if y'all looking for a place to go listen to some live music, go check out the Eric Wayne Band. My man Cervante, he's the drummer down there. They're going to be at Martin's this evening. So, if y'all ain't got nothing going on, if y'all looking for something to happen, make sure y'all check them out down there at Martin's.
It's a good time.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. But
speaking of music,
yeah, VMAs on a Tuesday. I haven't watched a music award show in a while.
Well, when was the last time you watched a music video?
When's the last time they put out music videos? Like, music videos strictly go on YouTube nowadays. Mm-hmm. But the VMAs, and I get all my news off of like Twitter now for entertainment purposes, and I just usually just listen to what people are saying. They just weren't hitting like they used to back in the day.
It's because nobody cares about the VMAs anymore.
I think they did a NSYNC tribute, or NSYNC came out.
So here's the thing. I'm very upset at how they played this off, because they made it seem that they were going to do like a whole song and a whole set, and this was going to be awesome, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. All they did was present Best Pop Artist as a group to, of course, Taylor Swift. So, it was the first time that they've been on stage in like 17 years collectively, and yes, Justin was there too, but y'all made it sound like it's this whole new thing, because they've got that Trolls movie coming out, I think, in the next couple weeks or something like that, and they're supposedly all in it, which they're supposed to be making new music for that, which again would be the first time that they've had music together, 17, 20 plus years, however long it's been, which is great. But they made it, they ran VMAs off this NSYNC reunion of sorts.
I mean, they're grasping for straws at this point, because I think the viewership is down. Especially this generation of kids, they don't really care about VMAs.
No.
To the point where it was like, NSYNC was up there, but most of these new artists coming up, I mean, they might have heard of NSYNC, but they don't really carry that same star power that they did back when we were that age.
And I will say this: if they do go on tour, I am going.
Oh, you're going to have to find a friend.
I will. I didn't think you were there. I'm going though.
I don't do concerts.
Hi, buddy.
What up, Braid?
Hope you're being good, not throwing fits. Who knows?
But
what you look like?
I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, VMAs. I'm gonna say that was a miss.
And they're also predictable too. Like, everybody knew that Taylor Swift was gonna win Best Pop Artist. She has for like the last 6 years.
And I don't know what the hype is. I just don't see it.
She is a good performer. Let me rephrase. Hold on. Pause. She's a good artist. Don't get me wrong. She is a good artist, and she's switched up. Apparently, she's a good performer if she's getting numbers up there with Beyonce. You can't even deny that.
She's an industry plant.
So?
If the industry sits there and they force feed it on people and push it out.
They do the same thing with Beyonce.
And I'm not a Beyonce fan either like that. I don't know what the hype is. Like, and I came up when, like, watching performers. Like, Michael Jackson, he would go up there and perform. Whitney Houston was a performer. They could get up there, could sing, they could demand star power on it. Even looking at like some of the older groups that come up there now, like Patti LaBelle's. I mean, I used to watch Soul Train back in the day, so those artists used to have the crowd just moving. Like, I just can't get with these gimmicks. I mean, they repeat the chorus 14 times, and the music just don't move me. Like,
that's all you need in a song anymore. You just need sound effects. You don't even need lyrics. Like,
they don't. Like, even like you talk like with Madonna back in the day when she was up there. Like, she demanded attention when she went on the stage. So these artists now, it's like they gotta sell gimmicks, gotta do stuff. I mean,
because it's easy.
I guess Beyonce's a good. We can call them entertainers. They're good entertainers, but I wouldn't put them in the performance category. Or Beyonce, Shamante said, I'm not a Beyonce fan myself, bro. She's a great artist, but she ain't what people make her out to be. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, back in the day, you knew that. Here go my mom. She was somewhere lurking when I said Whitney. Whitney was this team singer, entertainer, not a performer. And it's like those artists used to go in the studio. They would write their own music.
Yeah.
I mean, even you talk about the boy Prince. How many instruments did he
was a one-man band.
Yeah, I watched a documentary one day. We was talking about Prince went in the studio. He had no idea what he wanted the song to sound like. He played the instruments just based off him humming and created the melodies and the chords and everything based off what he wanted. Like, you can't get artists to do that nowadays. No. And I even got the closest thing we got to Michael Jackson and Janet is Chris Brown. No, I watched a video of Chris the other day when it comes to dancing and singing.
Dancing, not singing so much.
Chris, he's an artist. He has artistry.
He has moves.
If you take away what he did,
I'm not even thinking about that. I'm talking about his moves and stuff.
He has music.
He's got decent music.
He has a music category. He has a whole genre where he goes on there. He'll sing. He'll perform. He'll dance. Who else is doing that? when you go to his shows, he just ain't standing around just talking into the mic. He's actually doing performances.
There's somebody else, and I know I'm not thinking of him.
You better not say Miguel, because he jumps on people's necks.
I have no idea what Miguel does.
Okay.
I don't know. There's somebody who I'm thinking of. I can't, because everybody.
Chris Brown is an elite artist, dancing and singing. We don't have that nowadays. Look at the new artists they're pushing down our throats now. Come on now.
Bruno's not doing
I don't know.
Artistry, songwriter.
Songwriter.
He's not dancing like that.
He's not dancing, but he does give a good performance.
Yes.
Him and Anderson .Paak and that crew.
They would be they're close. I'm not saying Chris Brown's not a good artist.
Because when you talk about Adele's a wonderful singer and songwriter, but
she doesn't do dancing.
Yeah.
No, she's a literal just a singer.
When you talk about a triple threat where they're gonna sing, they're gonna dance, they're gonna write their music, they're gonna demand attention. Because what happens when you get on stage and the crowd ain't rocking with you with how you thought they would? You got to be able to navigate and to control what the crowd wants. You got to know, hey, all right, I need to switch up the music category. Like even with Drake, I mean, Drake just comes out there now and he's just
because Drake's not lazy with it. You don't have to do that.
It's not even that, but it's like name. Yeah, but it's like all right, you can only do so much in music. Similar to with sports. If you look like LeBron didn't do dunk contests because it's like all right, you can only do so many dunks at this point. I feel like music's the same way if you're just a one-trick pony. Look at all these artists they bringing out now. Ice Spice.
Oh, my God. I'm not
Ice Spice got one move. Now what's she doing? She's doing dunking commercials.
I don't consider her an artist. I consider her a fad.
You got the Sexy Reds. You got the Snooki Hanas. Where Katie Beth at? Because I know she's going to be over here talking. And it's just embarrassing at this point. I'm like, is this what we got into as a society?
All you got to do is show a little bit of yourself, and you can make a video, like a music video, and be called an artist. That's really all it takes anymore.
But then even looking back, like with the Lauryn Hills, I mean, Lauryn didn't have to get up there and have to dance around. She was just an MC all around. Looking at like the Queen Latifahs, LL Cool J's. When we talk about the 50 years of hip hop and what hip hop meant back then, we need a new category of music now because this music
don't even consider this crap hip hop. It's not hip hop. It's not. You got mumble rap.
Yeah, people are writing lyrics, saying.
You don't have lyrics. You have sounds. Half of this is what is that? What is it? That's not even music. It makes no sense. I mean, it's just, and they did like a little small 50 years of hip hop tribute on the VMAs. I saw it. It wasn't the best because I feel like not that many people are coming to the VMAs. So I think they just grabbed who they could. But LL Cool J was there.
Man, I don't know. I didn't see it, but like even with Usher, like I like what Usher's doing out here now. Usher's going on tour. He's getting the crowd engaged. He's giving people something to talk about.
Oh, he's getting them engaged.
I mean, the thing is, Usher has been doing that. Yeah, I saw that message that you sent me earlier with those kids. There's some young kids that get out there and they sing and do stuff. So yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I mean. But
I think the word artist is used too loosely nowadays. To where it's just anybody who comes up to a microphone and can sing is now considered an artist.
Everybody is they're looking for the next hot, trendy person that they could just send through the assembly line and can just pump views and money behind them.
And then now you get people like Snooki Hana and Sexy Red when they do that stuff. Yes,
those are industry plants. I think I know they're putting them there. They're trying to push a specific agenda, and it's terrible.
A throwback will always hit. We talked before, joking around about throwing a 2000s party, but I'm dead serious with this because that sounds like a good time to me. Something because this stuff in it. Mm-hmm. This is not. It's sad. But anywho.
I digressed.
We went on a tangent there.
Yeah, speaking of.
It is like TikTok. It's good for like 3 seconds.
Man, TikTok.
The tickety-tock.
Don't get me started. But I'm going to talk about sports real quick. Got to shout out Coco.
Congratulations.
19-year-old, she just won her first major title on Saturday at the U.S. Open with a 2-6, 6-3. What do you want?
Give you a pause.
Oh. 6-2 victory over Arna Sablanka. I guess that's her name. I was able to catch a few of the different games and matches that were going on. But she was speaking to the media. She said that was an honor to have her name listed on the same trophy as the Williams sisters, Venus and Serena, who had won the title a combined 8 times. I think she won like $3 million, and like she was responding to fans on Twitter. They were like, "Oh, you're gonna pay off some debt?" She was like, "I'm 19. What debts do I have?" But yeah, it was cool to be able just to watch and just to see, and it showed her at the U.S. Open years ago.
Who, Coco?
Yeah, there was a picture of her out there years ago, and it's cool to see these images of before and now, just to see like. That person was out there, and just to see how hard they worked at their craft to be able to get to that level that they are at. So, yeah, shout out to her. I mean, and she's young also, so yeah, sky's the limit for her. Yeah. Also got a shout out Colorado Buffaloes with prime time. I need a. Hey. Anybody knows me, I don't watch sports
at all. You definitely don't watch football.
But man, primetime got me hyped. So it's got to be something big for it to capture my attention. I said I'm gonna be out here. I ain't never been to Colorado a day in my life. I'm about to go cop me a Colorado Buffaloes hoodie or hat or something. Just because, I'm gonna be up for the game tomorrow. I mean, and it's just, I just like.
Good sportsmanship.
Good sportsmanship. I mean, I'm aware of what Deion's done in the sports world, from baseball to football years ago, and then I was following. Who did he play
for?
When
he played?
I don't know. Don't ask me. Football? Ask Damien.
Okay.
I was young when he was out there playing. I just remember like catching up, watching like recaps and stuff, and watching like different shows and articles. But it's the I don't know, it's just the aura that he brings with him. It's not like he just got over to this level and just started acting like this. His name is Prime Time. They call him Coach Prime, like when you watch it on TV. And I mean, just how he just captivates an audience, and how he gets his players involved, and what he's done, what he did for that Jackson State program to be able to bring that to his first year over at Colorado. It's just something to watch. And just looking at the statistics of what his players are doing now, the numbers they're putting up, and just the excitement that they're bringing. They said that Colorado has the most excitement surrounding it more than any school in NCAA football right now.
What were their stats last year?
They went 1-11.
Last year?
Last year. They were the worst performing team.
Now you're too
in the world. In the world!
You had to do it again.
In the world! 1-11?
Look.
They doubled the performance in the first 2 weeks.
You got to mention his son, too, because his son out here playing.
He has two sons that play for him right now. And
the one I saw was, I don't know which one I saw.
One son plays defense, other son's the quarterback.
I just saw the quarterback.
And that's what's exciting for me to watch, just seeing like, hey, this is a father out here that is in his son's lives, out here making sure that they're getting the best education, the best trainers, being able to perform at the top level, while he's also out there talking his stuff. And I just be excited because the other coaches, just like the one now from Colorado, like they just be fueling the fire. And it makes just for great sports, because people always gonna have that trash talk and that competitiveness, but being able to see it and just knowing, hey, them boys gonna come out here, they're gonna get it done. I mean, it's going to be a good rivalry.
Did you see the press conference with, I think it was the quarterback, his son, that was talking about saying he doesn't respect the Nebraska coach because he was talking about all this mess, and then once he tried to cordial and whatnot.
Rule couldn't coach over at the Panthers for Charlotte. He came from the Charlotte Panthers.
Okay.
We talked about this on the show a couple months back, with how they had to continue paying him out of his contract. When
that's him?
Yeah, that's him. He can't win a game down in Nebraska either.
Look. That's nuts. I didn't know that was him.
Yeah. They went out there and got the Sonic rings knocked out of him last week. Crazy. It's like...
I finally have an identified football team.
And yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We live here in Virginia, so, it's always been...
college, isn't it?
What?
Is it college?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think it was NFL.
Here in Virginia, it's always been like, hey, Virginia Tech, UVA, VCU. Yeah. I mean, I just couldn't get behind it. I mean, we got Beamer. Shout out to Beamer.
It's not Beamer no more.
I mean, but it just wasn't something that I was just hyped to get behind, to want to watch, just to see. Like, I sat there. I've never, in the history of my, what am I, 34? About 34 years, ever sat down and watched an entire football game. Like, me and my dad, my grandfather, Dante, we all were sitting down last week, to the point we were calling restaurants like, hey, can we come in? Y'all got the game plan. We left the restaurant because they ain't had the game plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, shout out to 202 for trying to make the attempt, but I mean,
which it wasn't. I don't think it was their fault.
No. It wasn't their fault. Just the
Cox and DirecTV have some issues.
The way that Fox and DirecTV,
Fox.
Yeah, they got their partnership set up. They just ain't had a game plan. But I was like, hey, I appreciate y'all for trying, but I gotta go out of here and go find the game. But
they're playing who
they're playing Colorado tomorrow.
But the big game is Oregon.
They're playing Oregon next week, and then USC the week after that. So
ooh, that'll be good.
Yeah. I'm deaf. It was to the point I was looking.
South Carolina or Southern California?
Southern California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was on my Game Time app yesterday. You know, the place you can find cheap tickets. I was about to get me some tickets to Colorado. I had my plane picked out. I called my dad. I was like, "You trying to go to Colorado and check out a game?" Talking about some nah. I ain't trying to go out there, man. I had it. I was ready. I was ready to go, but yeah, that's my.
It's gonna be a good time. I mean, this is my personal preference. I prefer football over basketball. That's just me. So I'd sit here and watch a football game before I will a basketball game. But I mean, like I said,
yeah, don't ask me nothing about Colorado basketball because I didn't even know Colorado had a basketball team, and it's crazy because they do.
Yeah,
they got to. But
which ones are?
The Buffaloes. Why Damian hit the ... on me?
Is that for?
I don't know. But anyway, moving on. UAW Strike.
She said I'm out of the family. That's okay.
Why are you out? Oh, basketball?
Well, it is what it is.
But the United Auto Workers strike against all big three automakers. So this happened actually tonight at midnight. Yesterday,
this morning.
This is for the first time ever. The United Auto Workers Union is striking against all big three automakers at once after it failed to clinch a deal on a new contract by the 11:59 p.m. deadline on Thursday. Workers at three Midwest auto plants, General Motors Assembly Plant in Missouri, Stellantis. I didn't even know what Stellantis was until yesterday.
Why does it sound familiar?
I think they merged with another group to take over. Because, yeah, you know, we always hear Ford, we always hear General Motors, and Stellantis is another, I think, parent company. Stellantis is in Ohio, and the Ford plant in Michigan were the first to walk off the job under the UA President Sean Finn's stand-up strike strategy. So, I mean, we saw strikes taking place with the Actors Guild. Now we're seeing the auto workers striking. When are these big companies going to understand, like, hey, you got to treat your employees right, or at the end of the day... You can't do anything without your employees
until they get these robots in.
I think it is Chrysler. You might be right. Yeah, even with the robots, you still need people to be able to produce the robots.
That's produce the robots. That's not do the work on the assembly line.
You still need people. At the end of the day, you got to treat your people right. For now, that means that the strike involves just under 13,000 workers, which is less than 9% of the UAW membership at the three companies, but additional locations could follow at any moment's notice, depending on how bargaining with these companies progress. A strategy intended to ramp up the pressure on companies by keeping them guessing about how the operations would be disrupted. And, I mean, you got to take that into account because we already know that used car prices are about to go up. If no manufacturing of new vehicles is taking place, we could see what was going on a few months ago when used car prices were through the roof because of the chip
shortage.
Yeah, the chip shortage that took place. So we already know here in the States, if cars aren't getting manufactured, it's going to drive the price up on vehicles all over. So, I mean...
That's why because we were kind of looking in the market for a new car, too, and I called one that I'd seen on Auto Trader, and he's out of South Carolina or whatever. Anyway, he was saying the same thing, that they just got the message this morning about them going on strike, and he's saying, give it another month or so, you'll probably get much more for your car than what you think. And he said he equated it to the fact that, like, you know, when we had the pandemic, first of all, people bought all the toilet paper and you know, thought that there's not going to be any more, so they're going to do the same thing.
I mean, well, it's a supply and demand thing. If you don't have enough supply, then the demand is going to go up. And with that, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. They're going to have to come to some type of terms within these negotiations because, as we're seeing with the Writers Guild and the Actors Guild, these people are not letting off. They are they're going to continue keeping pressure on these automakers, these CEOs, just for better pay, better working conditions, and better benefits overall. Because I think we're at a point now where the price of living is such a substantial amount. People need not only a livable wage, but a wage that you can have a little bit extra to be able to
live a comfortable life at the very least.
Comfortable wage is what we need to be calling it. 60th anniversary of the Birmingham church bombing. Is that today? Why is that not on my list anywhere? Put that into the list. And my last topic on here was term limits for politicians. This came up when former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi just announced on Friday that she will run for re-election in 2024 at the tender age of 83. No. Yeah, tender age of 83. And that brought me to my question. Do we need term limits for politicians?
Yes.
Because my boy Donald, 45, he's 77. Joe Biden's 80 years old. And Mitch McConnell, poor Mitch. Poor Mitch. Poor Mitch is 81 years old. So, and then Nancy running at 83, it's like,
why? Because didn't she just say she was retiring too?
She did. And it's like, why do y'all clinch on for this power so hard and for so long? I mean, I'm all for, if they want to be advisors, if they want to be mentors to a younger demographic of people that's coming in, trying to, just give them the blueprint, guide them somewhat. But 83, 77, 80, and 81. What up, Twan?
Hello. What are we eating?
Yeah, man, you need to definitely be a food critic because you be posting some plates. I'll be like, yo, I'm about to make a drive up to Richmond because I don't know where you be or how you find these spots, but they look delicious. But the term limits for politicians because we're seeing a lot of slack. We're seeing a lot of, and I don't want to be age discriminatory, but
I do because there needs to be a cap for how old you can be before you can run.
Because or
no, at a cap of when you can't run anymore.
Because I wouldn't want to be on a plane and my pilot's 80 plus years old and he's having issues like Mitch is.
Oh, Mitch.
So why do we just decide to allow our politicians and people that are in positions of ultimate power in our economy to just retain authority? That could just be me. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation, but I guess it's becoming more and more disheartening to watch Mitch up here, not knowing what's going on with him.
I can tell you he's having many strokes.
There's no way. It's just not a good look. Other countries are already looking and laughing at us, and now we got these situations.
The aliens don't want to come here. That's why they took so long to tell us they were here in the first place.
And then, speaking of Biden, man, you got to get his house in order because his son's a menace.
That was wrong.
What?
That was the wrong sound effect, and you know it. Come on now.
My boy just got caught up on charges.
Did we find out that was his in the White House? Is it speculation?
How are we finding aliens, but y'all can't find out who had cocaine in the White House? I'm just tired of being lied to. At this point, y'all just need to just tell us everything that's going on.
Most of the stuff we're not going to be surprised about.
Most of the stuff we don't even care about. But just stop treating us like we're stupid. Because it's like, oh yeah, cocaine was found in the White House in an area where the family resides at. But we can't figure out where it came from. And since we can't figure it out, we're just not going to talk about it anymore.
Let's use deductive reasoning.
UFOs.
That's what it was. It was a distraction. That's all it is to make sure that they stop talking about the cocaine in the White House. Let me tell you right now, cocaine has been in that White House for years.
Oh, my bad. I meant to use this one.
Stop! You are horrible.
It ain't me. Get his son in order. I just report the news. That's all I do. I'm just here to report.
What guns are what? Just like illegal guns? Like
who's getting in trouble for buying real guns?
I'm talking about like transporting. What do we got going on here?
Does it matter? It was illegal guns.
Come on, Hunter. Yeah. And the fact that his name is Hunter is not making it much better. Stop.
Don't get mad at me for reporting the news. Get mad at him for doing it.
I mean, he's not looking too great either. Oh, jeez. But yeah, this is who's running the country. Not Hunter, but his daddy.
Man, he's on the soapbox. But I think that's all I had for today. What else is going on in
Oh, you
y'all's
didn't do
world?
the iPhone thing.
I didn't care enough. iPhone just released their new iPhone 15. It didn't do anything but just put some different colors on
Did you see they just
phone, and it's got a better camera.
they just
That's
like
all it
recalled the iPhone 12 for like radiation or some mess?
That's in a different country.
Oh, okay. I only saw bits and pieces.
Yeah, it's
of it.
overseas. I want to say probably in like European countries or somewhere, but yeah. But yeah, iPhone didn't do anything new. They also came out and said that they're going to go to the USB-C port. At this point, y'all might as well just brand yourself as an Android, because now y'all coming over onto Android territory.
Well, I mean, if it's
I've been
better,
saying
it's
it
better.
for years. I mean, they don't do anything. Y'all put out these phones every 2
Crappy
years
camera.
and then just say we're coming out with a new camera. But that
And the
ain't
camera
helping
sucks.
anything.
It's not great. I don't know. I'm just team Android.
That's neither here nor there, but yeah, that's all I have for this conversation time. If y'all got anything that y'all want us to talk about or that's on y'all's minds, let us know in the comment box. And yeah, we'll get to it.
You guys have a safe weekend.
Yeah, if we don't see y'all out there, I told y'all this weekend is Henry Street and the Greek Fest. Next week, Reggae Fest and the Shanti and Ja Rule concert. If y'all looking for something to do tonight, go check out the Eric Wayne Band down at Martin's. I want to say they probably get started about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Go get some good food, good drinks, and
I think they
check out
start
some
at
good
10,
music.
don't they?
That's
somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere around there. If you get there early, then you'll see them. So until then, we'll talk to y'all later. Play my theme music.